forward, 6'7", number 30, center, number 88, starting at point guard, 6'4", number 9, at forward, number 0, number 7, the head coach of the Boston Celtics is Joe Mazzulla. Your Boston Celtics.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Got the Pirtle up there with Brandon Ingram. Then it's Walter. Then it's R.J. Barrett. And it's Barnes in at the 1. And for the Celtics, bottom of the block, it's Tatum with Tatum. The guard pair, it's White and Brown. And it's Hauser in at the 3 slot. Hurtling down the home stretch of this season, Greg, what do you make of potential first-round series in this postseason?
Well, there's certainly some matchups that I think plenty of fans would love to see, but we still have a bit of time for things to kind of fall into place. That's what makes this time of year so exciting.
Now, here's Tatum. Shoots over Ingram. That one a little long. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Toronto Raptors. And here is Barnes. Here's Barrett. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist.
This guy's a bucket getter. R.J. Barrett finds a way to capitalize on the interior. He's got the size to get it done.
Tatum setting the pick for White. The kick out to Tatum. Shoots the 3. Hits the three-point bomb.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Barnes. This game he had 10 points. Here's Barrett into the lane. He gets that one. Barrett's got his second bucket.
To me, R.J. Barrett at his best when he takes the initiative on offense. Get aggressive to the cup.
White the pass to Queta. Brown outside. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Walter. Here's Queta. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
We see it over and over again. More teams sending activity to the offensive window, and it pays dividends.
Now, here's Barrett. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. Here's Walter. He's covered by Brown. Ingram outside. Beyond the arc. Boston grabs the miss. And how about this team? They've certainly impressed on the road this season, now up over 25 wins away from home. It's remarkable.
Well, give their coaching staff a lot of credit for preparing them to come into hostile environments and just totally silence the crowd. This team's character and how prepared they are makes them a nightmare matchup for anyone in our league.
Yeah, R.J. Barrett is always working on his perimeter game, and he makes easy work at the mid-range.
And Boston certainly has some of the most knowledgeable sports fans, Doris, in the country.
Kevin, not only knowledgeable, but passionate. And when you think over the 4 major sports in the city and the tradition of success, it is no wonder they are so committed.
Here's Ingram following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Tatum against Ingram. The rebound by Queta.
Boy, the defense hanging in right there, making that shot really difficult.
Tatum kicks to White. Pass to Brown. He can't get that one to fall. Some solid defense from Pirtle. Toronto trailing. Barnes dishes to Barrett. Pirtle sets the pick for Barrett. Pirtle, high post, unloads from 9, and the jumper is good.
Well, with big hands and nice touch, Pirtle knows how to finish in the post. This guy has a lot in his arsenal.
Tatum against Ingram. Tatum gets the bucket. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. Jaylen Brown with the rebound.
Boy, that was his shot to miss. This guy's a terrific mid-range shooter.
It's stolen by Barrett. Here's Walter. Scoreless thus far. White with it. Pass to Tatum. Latre sinks the triple. Tatum's got a couple of threes now in the first with the Celtics. Well, it was the Raptors winning their last game against the Grizzlies. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Outside, Barrett. Back to Ingram. Just 5 on the clock. A 3-ball. And again, Toronto no up.
Not a single shot has gone down this period. It is the very definition of ice cold.
There's Brown with the 3. The kick out to Tatum. Here's the 3. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
The rise and fire by Jason Tatum. Ready to catch it and score it immediately.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's ready to talk things through with them. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
Check out a breakdown looking at some data for White. He's definitely been getting it done since the All-Star break. He's getting around 16 points a game, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. And you talk about defensive presence, he's the real difference maker on that end.
Yeah, he's always somewhere around the ball, finding ways to help his team by shutting down the opponents.
Pirtle's shot is off. And so White will bring it up for Boston. They lead by 7. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
Here's Queta. Brown the pass to Queta. Here's White. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. And a guy who has a quick release and has distance to his shots, Derek White converts his chances.
You know what, Kev? There's so many things to love about Derek White. He's arguably the greatest shot-blocking guard in the league. He has a knack for making big shots, and the thing that maybe is most impressive is he gets past grenades at the end of a shot clock and has the temperament to stand in and deliver.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
There's the lob to the hoop. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust.
Headed to the floor right now, it's Celtics Entertainment.
Both teams will make substitutions. Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Sam Hauser. The three from Tatum. Rebound by the Raptors.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Pass to Barrett. There's Mamu Kelishvili. Bangs home the trifecta. Now just a 2-point Celtic lead.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Here's Shireman. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. Here's Garza. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Well, that's the opportunity they're looking for, just not the result, obviously.
Here's Mamu Kelishvili. It's good. This game is all even. Mamu Kelishvili has got 5.
Scotty Barnes is a well-rounded basketball player. Passing is part of that, guys. Pretty pass there.
Left side Tatum for the 3. Barnes grabs the miss.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
That gives them the lead. And the Raptors lead by 2.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And Boston has possession. Pritchard feeling it out a bit. Shot to stop the run. And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square him.
Substitution. Nick Shed.
The Raptors have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Pass to Shed. Back to Dick. Here's Shed. He's covered by Pritchard. Here's Shed. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
Not to mention the assists he piled up. You can see why his teammates like playing with him.
Now here's Tatum. Trailing by 2. Tatum setting the pick for Brown. Over Barrett. Brown, no good.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Shireman. First personal foul. First team foul.
Raptors with the ball. Pass to Shed. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Murray Boyle. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. The league's stingiest defenses. Number one, the Celtics.
Great defenders both individually and collectively. I mean, you can tell they really love accepting that challenge. They can stifle you at that end of the floor.
Celtics trail by 4. Endures the Raptors. It would seem further ahead defensively than they are at the offensive end.
Kevin, it's an organization that historically looks for size. They have a lot of length and athleticism. The ability to force turnovers and be disruptive is something they identified, and then they want to push in transition. They're actually an entertaining group.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie Laporte.
Thanks. Raptors head coach Darko Rajakovic wants his team to be very competitive on the defensive end. He said, quote, covering for each other, protecting the paint, taking away corner threes, and making a team effort. Everybody's got to chip in. Back to you.
All for one. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. Here's Murray Boyle. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. To the paint. It's tipped. Lets it go with the 3. Boston grabs the miss.
Boy, the defense baits him into taking that shot. Sometimes I say there's a reason you're open.
And it's Brown missing.
Been a tough stretch for this guy right now. Looking a little out of sorts.
They get it again. Pass to Shed. To the middle. Another shot. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Mamu Kelishvili has got 7.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
To the wing right side. Three-pointer, Pritchard. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Barrett, no good.
Taking what the defense gives you, exactly the shot you want, just doesn't go in.
Back to Tatum. 51 seconds left to play here in the first. It's rebounded by Dick.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Toronto shooting their first free throw of the game.
Shooting for Toronto, Dick.
Free throw drops for Dick. And Doris a measured pace for the Celtics. No rush, don't turn it over, and then they get what they want.
Well, this is Joe Mazzulla's philosophy in a nutshell. Quality offense begins with taking care of the basketball first. He believes in the math, meaning he believes if you can get a good look at 3, you take it.
Here's Shed, still scoreless. Dick against Tatum. Over in the corner, Pritchard. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Raptors trail by 4. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Barrett. 16 feet away. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
Boy, hard to operate any more efficiently than this guy has this quarter.
Now Pritchard. Here's Garza. And again, it's Boston with the three.
This is the value of having those stretch bigs. Very hard to contest that jumper.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Boston on top. They finish off the first quarter on a 14-5 run. And we'll be back right after this. Well, we hope you're enjoying your Easter as we are here as we get underway once again. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
Pritchard and White are their guards. Down on the block, it's Tatum with Tatum. And it's Walsh, and at the three, the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Fast break, here we go. And Derek White picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Sam Hauser's checked in for Boston.
Coming onto the floor for the Celtics, number 30, Sam Hauser.
Now here's Barnes. He's covered closely. Pass to Pirtle. It's blocked. Here's Pritchard. And it's Toronto with the rebound. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. That game marks the first half of a quick two-game homestand.
First personal foul.
And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Now here's Ingram. 17 points for him last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Boston leading by 3. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. A shot by Pritchard, no good. Pass to Walter. Here's Ingram. It drops for his second made shot of this game. An unimpressive 2 of 7, though.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Walsh. Here's Queta. Defended by Pirtle. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Jakob Pirtle. And Doris, I heard a famous coach talking about, quote, the human nature things that a team has to beat before they even get on the court. Can you talk about that?
Oh, Kevin, it's such a great point. So, for instance, is the team in it collectively? Do they care who's getting the shots, the rebounds, and the attention from the media? Or are they about the team and collective success? Human nature is a part of this.
And some good young players on the Raptors, but Doris, what's their path to contention?
Well, obviously, they have some quality basketball players. Scotty Barnes is right at the top of that list, a really well-rounded player. But here's the reality for every team. You need a well-constructed roster 1 to 15. And you need to have some depth. The season is long. The possessions in the game are fast. It is really about the totality of your group.
The Celtics making a switch here. Brown's checked in. And Toronto also making a switch. Lawson's checked in. Boston's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Here's Brown. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Well, this is where having a tighter handle helps Jaylen Brown, and pick and roll play just gets to his spot and scores it.
Lawson outside. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Walter. Here's Pirtle. Nice work on the board. He's paying off with the basket. Pirtle's got 6.
Well, one thing you know about Jakob Pirtle, this guy never stops working. What a motor.
Brown outside. Cash money. Brown with the train.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Pass to Lawson. Now here is Pirtle. And here is Barnes. He can't get it to go. White with the defensive effort. Down low, Ingram with the steal. Here's Barnes. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
You can see the confidence in that jumper building and building for Scotty Barnes.
And White kicks to Brown. Pass to Walsh. Clock at 6. Shoots over Ingram. Puts it up from 12. Walsh can't get it to go.
Oh, my goodness. Those chippies, you come to regret those. That is a good look, and you can't complete it.
And Barnes gets double teamed. Toronto working the ball around now. Lawson. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lawson. Now a chance to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for Scotty Barnes.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
And White kicks to Brown. Here's Hauser, and it falls over the rim and in. Hauser's got his first points in this one. Now here's Barnes. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. Pirtle finds Ingram. Lawson outside. Out to the wing. Here's Walter. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Walter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. White against Barnes. Over to the left wing. Back to White. And stolen by Barnes. Pass to Lawson. Back to Ingram. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Ingram's got the game tied up here for the Raptors.
The pure shooting ability of Ingram does all the talking there. He gets the ball and delivers that quick release.
Here's Walsh. He has yet to score. Now Hauser. Good on the triple. And the Celtics lead by 3.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give him.
Barnes bounce pass. Ingram kicks to Barnes. Inside. Shot clock at 6. And the dunk by Pirtle.
You love to see him powering through the contact to get the bucket and one. Pirtle with a show of some strength.
Connected to the game. Of course, that's one way to describe Jakob Pirtle.
Well, Pirtle is an exceptional screener. He loves to hit the glass. He's a very physical player. He's everything you want in a big.
And the free throw, no good.
Well, Jakob Pirtle, guys, may not be a stretch big, but what he does well is virtually everything else. He boards it, he plays incredible D, and he's a very good passer.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Here we are, 2 games left before the start of the playoffs. Let's take a look at the possible field. You take a look at the Celtics. They're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs. And, of course, Toronto. They're 6th in the conference.
And, you know, for the Celtics, they're in good position, firmly in the playoff picture. They don't have to worry about the play-in scenario at this point. And that's how they want to keep it.
The Raptors making a switch here. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in. Brown the pass to Tatum. A floater. Toronto grabs the miss. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, they knew exactly how to approach that defense. They shot a fantastic percentage because they got quality looks.
Now here's Brown. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. Here's Garza. Goes back up. And it's Mamu Kelishvili with the rebound. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
The Celtics making a switch here. Shireman's checked in. Raptors trail by 3. Barrett for 3. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Timeout. Barnes has got 6 assists in the game. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
It's time for bench day. If you see yourself on the screen, then you know what to do. Show us your moves. Here on the let's see those bench moves. Check it.
With a break in the action, let's take a peek at the top rebounding teams in the NBA this season. Third spot, the Celtics.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
And so White will bring it up for Boston. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. "13 feet away. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And the Celtics lead by 2.
Well, that's the intelligence that Derek White plays with. This guy in pick-and-roll action always seems to make the right decision.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barrett.
And checking out the stats for Brown. Since the break, he's been simply stellar, averaging about 27 points a game, 6 assists, and 7 rebounds. And what an impact he makes for them on that offensive end.
Right, he can do a little bit of everything for this team, and it shows when you look at the scoreboard.
Now here's Tatum. 23 points for him the last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
The three-point shot is pure for Tatum.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the 3 at almost 60% for the game.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Jaylen Brown never loses confidence. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla said he has great short-term memory. If he misses a shot, it never affects the next one. You can't shake him. I just love his poise and his ability to attack. Brown said, every time I take the floor, I want to be aggressive. Back to you guys.
You absolutely love that confidence. Okay, Allie, we thank you. Nailed from three-point land.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
White up top, covered by Barnes. Now Barrett pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. And that's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And the first one at the line is good. And when it comes to R.J. Barrett, what do you think, Doris, about his development?
Well, we know he's got a scorer's mindset, and he's excellent off the dribble. The key for his growth is just he's got to become a consistent shot maker from deep.
Pritchard, he's checked in for Derek White. And Toronto also making a switch. Shedd's checked in.
I think one of the things I most admire about R.J. Barrett's game, he can do a little bit of everything. He can score it, board it, pass it at a high level. This young man can play the game.
Now, here's Brown. 26 points for him last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
Oh, up top to Jaylen Brown.
Boy, you get a real glimpse of the explosiveness of Jaylen Brown. What a big-time finish.
Toronto's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Yes, that goes in.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Celtics trail by 3. Pritchard with the ball. He had 16 points in the win against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Raptors.
How about the ball movement so far? I mean, the unselfishness, everyone here just playing for one another, and that can be infectious.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
That one is off. And the second free throw, good.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Here's Shed. No scoring in this one. Brown against Barrett to the right side. Here's Murray Boyle. Drops in the tray. Murray Boyles has got the lead up to 5 now for Toronto. And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for Boston. Outside Tatum. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Murray Boyles has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Barrett. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
There's a confidence and a comfortability to what R.J. Barrett is doing nightly. Boy, is he cooking right now.
Tatum deciding where to go with it. Pass to Pritchard. Tatum setting the pick for Pritchard. It's stolen by Barrett. Here's Shed. Buries the jumper to finish the break. And now a 9-point Raptor lead.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
56 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Raptors leading by 9. Outside Barrett. To the inside. Pass to Mamu Kalashvili. And he banks in the layup. Mamu Kalashvili has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, guys love to score, but the differentiator is, can you do it at an efficient clip? And right now, that's what's happening.
Brown outside. Will it go? And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Brown's got 13.
A dominant quarter, but he needs some help.
Here's Shed. From deep. Pass to Mamu Kalashvili. Offensive rebound. Up top Barrett. Here's Shed. The three. No good on the shot. Got a piece of it. And so it's Toronto ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Back to the action in just a minute.
Fans, let's rev it up and get ready for your Pocket Fight Arena Entertainment.
Hello and welcome, basketball fans. The first half coming to an end with a deficit for the Boston Celtics.
Where's the intensity at the defensive end? They need to get a hand up and contest more shots.
Coach needs to encourage them to be better moving forward, just like I do with you guys.
I'd better put my feet up. It's getting deep in here. And it's time now for the best part of the show. Let's see what the fans have to say. Master Funkman asks if you could harness the power from one of your former team's nicknames, which would it be?
Well, that's easy for me. The Kings. They have a lot of power. But I'm going to probably go with the Rockets because I could fly at a very high speed.
That's easy. I'll take the Magic because my powers would be limitless.
Good choices. I'm not sure what kind of powers you'd be getting if you went with the Lakers.
Maybe take out my yacht.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.